Champions League almost watch him so be pese and come be ha name of the pitch the stadium adwuma won nyasam keto ne no ana yampo franka NS boss HM say yes adwuma de ebi wo ha wo se pitch no ehia pa so mo ye ho adwuma na sade pitch ni sitie no coast football kra no wuntime mbo wo ho see ye adwuma won ti okolo on the FA corporate bodies any obia se obia meboa no muntime nya je wo di ti yampo franka NS boss nensama or the two Jabra or visit Baba Yara Sports Stadium.
Of the pitch at the moment, well, yeah, you can see it's you cannot play even court football on the pitch, and the weather, which is a natural source, has not been too favorable in terms of this side of the country over the past few weeks. And then we have other issues which the new director would address. She's been on the ground and she's also submitted her report after the visit of the minister. As we speak, preparations are being made to ensure that the pitch and other areas of the Baba Yara Stadium are addressed. Kotoko, yeah, I mean Kotoko, they've officially written to about a week ago. Unofficially, we knew that Kotoko would be playing here, but officially we got the correspondence just over a week ago. So they've written to us, they would wish to use this venue, but like we can all see, we need to make sure that everything is in perfect condition until that can be done. If the pitch can be resuscitated in the next few weeks, it is possible, but I cannot sit here and guarantee that. That is why Doc from KNUST, an expert, and also Frank Boyhin, another expert, they are both here. So we don't give you what we think, but we tell you what the facts are from the experts who've been doing this for so many years. That way, we would all go home with the right information. There will not be speculation, maybe, yes, no, the right information from the experts. I cannot do my job without consulting with the people who have the knowledge in that field. And we need to put our act together, join forces, and make sure it happens. Like I said, the experts have given us a timeline, but we need to work hard to ensure that we work within and beat that deadline. It's possible if we start immediately, and I think it's something that we'll be working on right from the on-go. And we'll make regular visits, obviously. So with the information and the advice, we'll communicate it to the Ghana Football Association. And that's why I'm saying, sir, with all due respect, sometimes we find it difficult to say things as they are because of the feedback. But if you are in charge of basketball, at least you should be concerned about the courts, the hoops, and the stands. Yes, maybe it is not your prime objective, but that's what you are in charge of. So what I'm saying is that let's all contribute and all share the responsibility. Even though it's NSA's mandate, there's nothing stopping Kotoko Hearts, GFA intervening. And that is what we're going to try to do. We're going to reach out more. Maybe in the past, the communication or the relationship has not been that cohesive, but it should be that we are partners.
Yampo Franka, NSA boss, and I would say, and I know can express or more and no more yajma express number and Mrs. Hannah Victoria Azaku na mami expert Department of Horticulture KNUST na mama na ekasai o see Baba Yara Sports Stadium said the city say ideas so ka so monfa 4 weeks enya pitch no wadwuma yenye 4 weeks there be or see they will need at least 12 weeks now it's 3 months I know what me aye pitch no wadwuma na me say me bo mama no voice na cho the one kasa brakoma 87.9 FM on Facebook na be hear Baba Yara pitch no say we am mokese wo fa ba bia enwurefu minim ya said almost a day spray pitch no enwura ne say enhye anansa say wo de behwe bi nemum tie Mrs. Hannah Victoria Azaku ofri Department of Horticulture ne say mo ka 4 weeks omuntimi mfa nya adwuma at least 12 weeks enom here.
How can we be given 4 weeks to bring a pitch back to the level that everybody will say it's good and it can be used? We rush through getting the pitch ready, and then at the end of the day, we don't get the best out of it because if you pay attention and you really want to get the pitch looking its best, we need a minimum of 12 weeks, to be frank, to make sure that the grass has really established and trampling will not destroy it.
Minimum.
Yes, but here we are talking about 4 weeks. How are we going to get that done and make sure that at the end of the day the pitch will be good and will continue to stay good? We rush through it and then we don't get the best out of it. And then within a very short time, it goes bad again. And then we'll have to come back. So I think that we should give this a thought. And let's take our time and get it properly done so that we don't come reporting and complaining within a very short time that the pitch has gone bad again. Please, let's allow ourselves time and do it right. Thank you.
Asante Vic and our team can our experts at Department of Horticulture KUST. Na Asante Kotoko, Communications Director, Safuduku Esquire, and so Ekasai. Also, Asante Kotoko team is highly disappointed in the NSC. Say if we saw Mbekase, Omukas on Bayaj Mayende, da. Ye try again. Nimum, Omode, Omaya Crado. Se omo hwe ombeboa ama niam etimi akoso tie lawyer Safuduku Kotoko Kasamaf.
Yes, the financial burden of having to move the team from Kumasi to a different venue for the entire duration of the competition cannot be underestimated. You and I know hotel bills, transportation, and even the fact that you will not get the chunk of your supporters behind you is a serious problem. But the good thing is that the possibility of playing our matches here was not ruled out completely by the NSC Director General. What he said was that it's a bit difficult. And I also heard the experts. They also said that with hard work and resources and total commitment, it's possible that we can play the matches here. But it's unfortunate that we have gotten to this stage, looking at the fact that sometimes we have to be a bit serious as a country. From the very moment that Kotoko even qualified to the finals of the FA Cup, MTN FA Cup, it was obvious that the opponent wouldn't have the wherewithal, with all due respect, to play in the competition. So Kotoko were the likely candidates. Even after winning the FA Cup, it's about 8 weeks or so now, and we had prepared. In fact, everything is planned. We had prepared and sent the request as far back as 2nd June. Club licensing issues were all reserved. So we were expecting that the work could have started at that time. Unfortunately, as I speak to you now, there hasn't been any action on the pitch, especially where the major issue is. And it's so sad. I must say that we are highly disappointed as a club. As I have indicated, we would love to play the matches here, and the benefits are numerous. So whatever it is that Kotoko as a club has to do within our powers, we are prepared to do to help the NSA and all the other stakeholders to ensure that the stage is well set for the big competition. So I will plead that, and to add to the mayor, that we would want to play the matches here at all costs. So whatever it is that has to be done to ensure that Kotoko plays these matches here must be done.
Asante Kotoko Kasamafo, lawyer Safuduku na eche so omodie kwan bia so ombe so ombo matches ni nyina Kumasi ntie ne de aban no se hwan o obi a de obeya momo abo matches no ha bia da lawyer o kwesere obi a de o kolo se bibia se o jibe fixia obeya ndey yebeba abehwe sanse na keme boss Kenzuba enso kopie o ho Kenzuba say baba Yara sports stadium ne Obuasa Linkley sports stadium ni nyina na say yedi ya ni koso ye ho adwuma na city authorities no ready say ombe support tie Kenzuba Kieme boss.
If we give it the needed attention, it would help us to improve on the country's GDP. So the right investment should be made, the right attention must be given, and for those of us in Kumasi, our focus is the Kumasi Sports Stadium and perhaps the Lankley Sports Stadium in Obuasi. We would want to have it to the level that would enable our teams to perform at their optimum best. There's a problem that we as managers of the city and the region have. We have Kotoko, which is a solid brand. It is not getting the needed response from its support base in recent times. And we believe there's something that has to be done from the Kotoko management's angle, from the National Sports Authority's angle, from the GFA's bit, and then from the city authorities' bit. Now, from the regional minister's perspective, whatever that we have to do as political heads, we will do to position Kotoko in such a manner that it will be attractive to its support base and let it yield the needed financial dividends. What would require of you to also give us the appropriate support by making sure that our stadium is all the time in shape, and then if need be, and you'd have to fall on us for support, especially with the grass, the turf, would be available with our personnel from the Parks and Gardens Department for them to assist you to make sure that at any point in time the pitch is in its right space to let football look the way it has to look, and then it will attract the support base.
Zuba, Kemi, boss, and also at this time we are to now from Bohin Green Grass Technology. Frank, and so or the two Jaffa Baba Yara pitch no only.
I'm starting from Baba Yara where we are today. If you look at the pitch from a distance, you think that the pitch is dead, but it's not dead. It needs watering, what I would call heavy watering, intensive watering to revive the pitch. There's a lot of things we can do. When it gets to this stage, then the science applies. So our job, me and Madam, don't look at it from a layman's point of view. We look at it from a scientific point of view. For instance, we're going to need about 80,000 liters of water a day for the pitch to recover. And when it's at this stage, it needs more than the 80,000 liters of water a day. That means watering the pitch around the clock. But too much water, again, will not let it become green. So there's a balance of watering the pitch for it to become green. So I just want to plead with everybody, the pitch is not dead. From a layman's point of view, to a certain extent, sometimes you'll be told football is not played on color, which is the green that we have lost. It's played on the surface. So if the surface is in good condition, matches can be played. I think once I sprayed the pitch with vegetable dye, green dye, which is acceptable in Europe, we haven't gone that far.
Yes, and from Bohin, and so the water and show the door, or more be here to water the pitch. What's ye NSA boss? What's ye Asante Kotoko, Casamafo, and I feel the KUST lecture on us what you know, and what's ye from Bohin. Still, pitch here that way. Baba Yara and that's will be all. Hey, Shapit no. Say so and so to the baby am mockers, and then I put Baba Yara and Guashes. And I will be the wood decide be a coast real.
I cite now, I will say Ibugu.
Side
the affordable housing, the youth now almost free school ma bana almost started. I'm my serious.
What's the day?
My serious pa.
You move Baba Yara
you
near fancy die.
You find your affordable housing, my youth now. I feel almost started life, no. Name pay.
Now got to go on the games no.
I was here, but me bow. We are not capable of anything. I am management. At a national level. Inti Ibugu near the Yenafe, Asante Memu Hankwadanya Babida, the Babwa society. No, we are na Kotoko on trial, say either external influence wherever. sɛ ɔpem soɔ na bɛ ɛde krataa bi bɛkɔ baabi ama companies bi aba mu a wode ɔmu nsi 15,000 bi ɛwɔ baabi ma
adakogya akyekora mu nwie wobɛdɛ no akɔsistem
abusua ɛyɛ baba yara ho asɛm ne yɛka na ho discussion
sɛ baabi a wogyina
yɛba hɔ a yɛbɛka ho no nso deɛ menti wei stadium deɛ na mɛka ho asɛm sɛsei yɛmumu because ika kɔ ha over time ne da biara yɛbɛtena ha abusua wa na ɔka baba yara na ayɛ se
ebi fitting training grounds wouldn't be
dabi ɛnyɛ ho asɛm ne yɛka sɛsei abusua ɛyɛ saa na change discourse no we are talking about baba yara and the state of baba yara ɛna mɛka sɛ baabi yɛduru yi we've shown over time
ɛyɛ dɛn na pitch na ahyɛ ayɛ
saa ɔmo hɔ na n'anim deɛ ɔmo de akɔyɛ nsensan na ayɛ saa na
because before ayɛ ma kwan woba meskumu masa all things president Jesus baabi a yɛadodo gyina yɛsan do yɛansa ne yɛkɔ fu sɛdeɛ nwura no si fu
bɛfu
baabi a nwura fu ade na baba yara nko ade ase
me say da bia yɛ ba yɛ ka asɛm wɔ yɛ yɛabrɛ ana yɛmrɛ yɛka asɛm wɔ yɛ baba yara o na ɔmo kasa yɛ nyina no obi ni hɔ a wɔkyerɛ sɛ ɔkyena ne yɛhyɛ adwuma ase o for you to even say okay so ɔmo hyɛ ase yɛ ɔkyena deɛ a 6 weeks no yɛma
maame ne se 4 weeks no
ɛnso
ɛnyɛ na ɔmo hia at least 12 weeks
abusua
which is 3 months
abusua yɛnyae na yɛnka ngu
Kotoko bɛbɔ league ɛbɛbɔ Africa abɔ Africa ɛne saa 12 weeks in there na yɛ sɛ gye sɛ Kotoko pɛpɛ
nti nam sɛ yɛnka ngu no
wow
yɛnwiri ngu no yɛmfa hɔ no nyɛ affordable housing ma the youth of
ɛba ne saa yɛ started new season na Kotoko ɛna yisu baba yara nanka go stars so mba bɛbɔ Africa ɔmo kɔyɛ
abusua okay sɛ last season ɛyɛ the state of baba yara na ma Kotoko kɔbɔ ka wɔ ɔboase
ya
esiesie hɔ
ɛno kwa de efe ne ka sɛ meti ɔmo standards ɔbɔ
ɛna ɔbɛka sɛ lawyer asɛm na ɔka no ɔse as far back as June ɛna ɛtwerɛyɛ sɛ sei ni ɛna ɔmo nim ɔmo haw but em say na NSA na twɛn sɛ Kotoko no nkɔ bank bi nkɔbɔ bosiamna na ɔmo fa nkɔ park ne mo but the NSA and Kotoko no more partners. Kotoko no bobo bia is ga mu free. Now the funny thing is, okay, almost say on say I know the mat rent be near you. Okay, almost see you scared the be maintaining. But me who see come magic they maintain be other. The entire of the ma other way no so ye pesiga maintaining. But sika no so buy you who maintenance be out. To the point that obi cost stadium as why if the cleaner or we see onye cleaner we see you say obi hu nipa ba miensa pe so busia what is the essence of this being there occupying space
and you Kotoko go stars ebe stick to Accra na omo earlier eba so
can carve competition dey akaba akope so we nya adwuma dey enu ane Accra you have no
option so omo consider yen no magia amia
unless we try ma carve say muni park until we will not play. Now I ban.
Wow.
Debia last season what hair na kan nti baba ya rapa 2 seasons ago sa na kan 3 seasons ago the same thing di emre akuma efe ya breneka nti ade no say baby adrun de me media to me as a su ni mfaso because edin na da so no kra no enye treatment we na was ye de ma edin we na Kaiser Chiefs wo iba abusia omukọ ha o omo ba omukọ nante ha na mani awusei omo ba ha o se park na ya fan crofo ye tu omo ka free aban mu omo adwuma ne sei ni ya wosase ya de mo omo di adwuma no so a ebi ni ho
but from there a course need e kire say Kotoko can use the baba
yes because obi ni wo kasa ochina ye hye adwuma ase o ayi sector we ni kra NSA boss no o say
Jambo Franca.
Yeah, free corporate body.
Football crowd won't remember.
Oh, we are not so say corporate Kotoko who a GFA. That is a sika na ho mo de baby bia ho. Ne kasa no.
Also now no president Koka say obesi modern stadium. Each of the 6 newly created regions. Na many address mfaso bi ani so.
I know the
Baba and we can't even maintain it. What do we need?
Another stadium for? Edine that so. Say ye na ye bia Baba Yara a legend of the game.
Esipon agu Samale agu
stadium where na dem akọ walk up kwa. Look at the state. 27.9 into America. Etina me say ye nwirungu 7.9 ni enjiji ntobo akrom afie bia mu ema 200 Ghana cedis ye ya yensi Asante affordable housing kwada bia wo university o sha brabo bia se bia ye ma 1 bedroom apartment fa sha brabo ase anu mo ye more proper than having this thing where we can manage it afie bia wo Kumasi ha bia no Ye 200 Ghana cedis. Ye jura de go near the affordable. Obian starting a life for her.
So what mess about so Seraph? What would the state of the Baba Yara pitch? Can any stands no? I won't pitch no. Then I see.
I think so maybe because no, I think they want to work on it. Because the Nancy music program be no na say that is about just some few weeks ago. Let me say something is happening over there.
I'm on starting a more picture. I don't know who come on or Mudia. Yambo Frank, I can't say, would you but woman experts no. Or say 4 weeks, ain't enough, or moon to me. Or moon here at least 12 weeks.
The question I need baby son say, Adena Yatana when a baby drew very
statistics
now be crucial. And who say we need to do something about the pitch. And elsewhere, minim the issue of a bad pitch management. And I say managing and surface now is so I can. People be no major workshop with me now and my for because I still say you need the expertise and the capacity. Normally say you the be shown sir. Now who nim there no ewo form one. They be say. So Nimdian should need from there, and you're no more disappointed. That's how for me, that's how I say. So Nimdian will from a dear now, send your best fly will be down, and because some go for you almost on my expertise over the years, me perceivable be a day, but me who say, or me who what they have done. It's no craning say. Said ya Timima referee, your fly be a referee be no aba. No need a referee say aba no ma ba be capacity.
Baba say referee so mo abon wo mo bi.
Ebia
pa ma me yanko fa wan free Denver. Free him.
Calf coach
no mo fa nya adwuma.
Yetimi pe obi no ba no de nim de be kan de omo de. Nim pe obi so no so wonim de. Because over the years one I show mo Chelsea, you show mo Manchester United, you show mo yi. De bia park ya ye hwi. So akono. Wo hwe TV na wani nya oya because ade we
because ye nyansafo a wo so ma menka nya ade say Asante Kotoko nya den Asafo Duku say omo ye disappointed because
yes
June mu ho ba
June more that I mean enu ka
ma me 12 weeks na bi omo start e ho ba
nka de would have done enu na ubi say but ni nyina na kwa esika sem
say Kotoko nya den
say Kotoko we have to look at the options available
the only option available Accra Sports.
So it's an option.
No more league games as well.
They would have to look at an option. Any amount check is okay say park okay.
And I'm going to Dr. Com J Sports Complex.
No, so they are looking. They would have to look. On there, they don't say pitch. No, until you have to find it. But yeah, say. And Nansayana Minister Bah say. No, be as
two Asante.
This is a cross we must do less of talking.
You.
In fact, because make a transit and
it's in new stadium.
They be new stadium. Say they
president will be stadium 6 stadium modern stadiums. They walk around in Jimmy. What the my dear, Seraph, you can't mommy and come see here and Safu.
Basically, one I think that
the picture.
The problem
Blasters Obekai. Blasters World Cup qualifiers, Nations Cup qualifiers. Now Hanon Bono. Say in September there was a World Cup qualifier.
I said equal Accra.
Danger. Because we cannot maintain Baba.
Now, we still call ourselves a serious football nation. Se pass your maya ye fa football say football ye serious. Na ye mebunu bebre na no on daily bread. Still on sabe ko ano football mu no mu nya free. near to meet na honoma near jaya to neomasa ramna a say ya air area hokakra no credit say if we knew we needed just 12 weeks to maintain this your boss is in a time bay normally I know me person they come oh yes the entire yen to me anya say it's kenny I prefer that now ma as asem no
Bibia to
me as a
ideas no wo
so it's about the lack of resources because and for me because senye sa pa there not just say somebody ought to lose his job but yeah now if you say because that somebody no so try say me train say we be bananke dia asase eno so maya fami ko ne maya o be die because we nya say obetimi akotu ensensan bi wa kire wo say ne mumyemfa nua ne sa you can't do that so now they are waiting for experts green grass beba green grass now we need minimum 6 weeks to do this NSA boss aba or so on he is unable to just we adie na ye ne there
from boy he kire nsu a omuhia to water the pitch each day
your problem
is okay
yo na nye kromu ana na ye bobo na ye ko spray ye shadade spray ye ko spray park no say de be ya park ni be ye green afi kwabrane ko da park ni mu na ni jezi na ay green kromu anum na najo ye create sunshine anajo ni ya so light na say light ni na ye water park ye water ni ya so light ni ye water ni ya so light me why atina onum sa we could have done this at a natural pace but we waited until it was too late to try and see say ye betimi asa beji situation. This is the story of the Ghanaian
enti Baba Yara Sports Stadium and down say Pepe Asante Kotoko omudo mani kire he me bo abaso na no wo kan say David se minister say we David nyadia obanyi and da no what you omon se bo makika maame no the expert from Department of Horticulture KNUST Mrs. Hannah Victoria Ajaku was it 4 weeks there be at least 12 weeks no much me aye preaching what you and say ball say coach football kura wunti me mo e wo preaching so dey
that's it enti mo ball ayi Kofi Adams abaso mo nkoje
me teacher ma o Pepe
mo ball Kofi Adams abaso nyina mo nkonkoje na Kofi Adams no ko gina manhia e ko shebo Ralph Mukai so ko manhia ko kase otumfo bo se ko bebo no ha ade chi na me ko stadium ko hezi ya start adwuma ye nya hwe ho
eye den na pitch na yesi ye no na mentias
say ayi
say nwura efu wo ba bia
ayi kenkon we decide na ne ye no and o madwom say fertilizer because we there say ya said that bo spray say be she we o ma boss we decide
me pa cho bra Facebook o de bra koma 87.9 FM na be hwe bi
on perception
o de be because mentias ye
minim so mo share no matima tutu say the na esiafu no Ralph the last time yes and program no event no the pitch was green that time nzo top as obekaya
yes
nzo the top Ghana pitches in high green
yeah baby
you need problem you nyawura hamatan no mo
yeah
na hamatan no cross still ya na kumase de unya sa she say to de intentional so much that's all mo she no na buza panyi me say Kroimo nipa bebrebe ekasakwa and my mouth quotation last year Ralph the man as a few jaka you overestimate the competence and the intelligence and the capabilities and abilities of a lot of people. You overestimate you amount of
no correct
I am grass
keke
and grass
Ghana as a nation
me say and Kofoya na say Israel forgot to show us you ever say Iran yes mo ye ayi nukura wan gina Israel for any abri sa nukura de say agese ye bia sa na Ghana ye say fankie nyina ngia Yara ye ntime hwan sensan grass Abusapani
yes sir
and they don't feel ashamed asamna yampofan kreka no me sure say your fan say afeni de number
ntia one day wo kan no kre wom no coach football.
He's only exposing the incompetence of people who have been put into positions of authority and the disappointment of thousands of people. What is this? When was the last time I was paying TV say Baba has posted the MT standard Kotoko ain't be more calf game? Oh, Baba has posted. When was the last time? Anytime be a Kotoko, I knew Baba has posted you be and yeah major works timer. Yeah back in 2008 na Kotoko ball boasada because yeah major works I was stadium more. Na busa penny stadium a going concern stadium. Enti say ya trains are rough as you obusa question is I didn't know here. Just that be a train baby near acquire this man. Meanwhile stadium no enya abandoned project be as you on the do see baby near acquire there. It is something that is a going concern.
There was here like nyansa for nina.
There be a nyansa for some nyansa there say na say nyansa say who nyansa ba na oni bi.
But where is it?
Ye hunu wa ha enti ne yebeka ho asem nya nyansa sabe me onyansa pa ko mu nipa bebrete o sa so ka ya bi mu feel offended because mu ya nyansafo pa but they are not in authority
enti those here enti mo ha
ne like nyansafo kroma nyansafo wa ha pa bu japanyi
omo ma ne nya adwuma omo ye do
men ka so mu ni nyansa ba me say ko mu nyansafo wo bebrebe bu japanyi but asem ne say some people are given position omuni ho competence but they say me na me influential ti na me dia ma no
ma se nyina no
say adentina Rafa Adam for first Emmanuel former NSC Asante regional NSC director Emmanuel apia utibi da se na abreso ye say and since I say that the man had a special competence in maintaining the grass at least maybe a washroom so no want to be maintaining here maybe a fly like but so grass pa under that man abujapanyi yentu yanka no kre but somebody felt that those they say near you now come on the table be or head office only here and one son of Pepe no abedjuma no assign attendance books so abedjuma no atekonya ekonya no so that is a key problem abujapanyi abujapanyi ni kra na adwuma ndi obetima here but as we were who teaching because as you so no no gina say ono kra no na no yeso okodi nkomo ka sem bi kra no mudi agro ka bi ene obetima ye but entia no ne problem na busa penyi sanya sa ko Pajo Park okay university china so my producer no for camera nko Pajo ngo ese ense sana ona share open the best managed green grass natural pitch in Kumasi Pajo stadium last year CBB as Ghana yebebo qualifies ba kubi ade obi ba haraf ene mom ko ye training wo Pajo ena omu free on ebebo match no baba no mbuza sa na ye jimi mo ball no ba bi omu ko ye training na enu ye school for ade abujapanyi maami abo ni din e ho no omu wo na da bia they ensure that the pitch is green. It is somebody's responsibility to keep it green. So when you go to KUSD, omo green grass in na green abujapanyi say sabre kra dem say enwura hamata musa it green anyanwa but yatrawa mababa has post stadium now saw this coming me hunentem because they were not doing anything apart from kasa eti ayina beka first minister na dan oba he no ne chief director only chief finance tio only all the chiefs na buy o and me catch am say awia sem na me te say omo sa ko nyina hini no enya baba yare nti no buy
ai okay was in wo twam
me catch so betwa enya baba yare nti no buy because na fe minister nko dru ye no yes afa de the National Sports Authority Director General no enso e buy inspection na musa so be inspector here chief director of the ministry minister nankasa ene ne nkofo nyina adana ntoraja no mode nam no omo bai no manya correct document ade say yambo fankra be yambo fankra dia brofo sa bujape brofo en sensan so hwehwe mfa brofo ho wo twan sensan so enya brofo men sensan ya de brofo na sensan so green grass ya de brofo na sensan so
ya horticulture department wo mo na hwe senje ya brofo ala
na maami we ena na obagana maame no expert na mo kofa na no bagana maame na no oba
Adraku Victoria
afa na maame na wabedu Ghana oni ara dada
was 4 weeks in enough at least 12 weeks
ono me ne crack make say 8 years me here 8 years am dey I don't have any issue with the woman because she's been here na busapanyi say nkofo refia Ralph Pacho Sivo be boamani en check ade we ye league the last game ewie ewo early June and ye boy FA Cup no 15th June the last game ye body end this season no 15th June of Japan.
Which is having good voice now. So more every cup where you do fine now.
Yeah.
It was clear say Confederations Cup you be born.
Kotoko
be an and go be starting baby.
At the 15th June and Kotoko GFA Cup. But the last league game Baba Sports Stadium and the last last league game Yamon Baba Kotoko last but one game in a season. Mijema boy no. And then the last time I Kotoko ball Baba Sports Stadium.
Wow.
Calculated 12 weeks from Sadano. Calculated 12 weeks in the France America so per 3 months. June, July, August. September near Africa no and go here 3 months ago Japan go benya.
Wow.
Kasasa yes yeah boy meaning Sanabaso. Yeah boy Mr. Baso for the year. So I don't know because say mi ko drunkan ya. Ya no mo yen say asen kan no ho ye ebuo bi na ya yen say tu kwa no awuram. Te say wo na o tinkan wo na ye minister na waba. Who be do? What's I say? Who could drink? Also, could drink. I'm going.
Sir President, but so be can't be too so. Some of my around here be ye or bo.
Dano, bo voice. Me catch us. You about thank you to. Nipa.
Okay, see.
Nipa. Just what can be. Now also be see new stadium. Says. I was a new to be as a general catch. So there be no crabs a penny. But Yana or penny empty matrangas were trying to. But you bet Marcus has some more candy NC because or catch short CNC stadium new to be as sad time no one more crabam and another baby 8 years new to be as on a store. Well, my foundation, this one is in your bias. We are, yeah. Yen to make some man penny each one trouble. You bet much man for the man penny some no candidate. I campaign talk and look at your campaign to win the job.
Thank you, Tor.
Because she said, Japan, you create with me. Not the next 4 years. All the other regions, they are creative called 2 regional. Near Kosi or Tramodin Stadium. No, Tramodin Stadium kind of is your.
Say Adam besides or
Tramodin Stadium is in guy. It is as a president become a catcher. Debbie, media was a penny. I say, yet to me, I see one standard stadium. Minister Voya, you know, Pomu Baba and Tumu. Or Mumu across posted. May start man catch us. Miss Small will be okay because news stadium. Report any problem of the penny. A idea, a ferry.
Wow.
Esipon ferry tamale ferry entem so panyin kade popam pa yemubuntumu afanya affordable ne wosi ye ni bibemom mine nyina se ye kosi te se Tanzania for kosi stadium ba ko pe no Senegal for stadium ba ko na the whole world utu di hostubo enti yakosi ya no ba ko pe yesi wo naleregu yesi wo tachimai yakosi ani ya memfa me ho ba bi e be sira bu panyin wo mo so ya Ghana for enti yakosi wo ti region. But a stadium abri bia be wura bia event bia person dey bia obo mu bia no ye gitum mini problem but we cannot have a stadium bebrebe na ba kokura just standard Sekaf decide say Accra Sports Stadium no omo the real meaning of a standard facility bema Accra Sports Stadium na emiti Baba Yara Sports Stadium emiti na dey fair say and since I say abonte since nyina ye green no say ya wura mo ha ya me ya na say ka mo so ya pofan kransa and ne ba mo ha say mo omo nya hwe wan since an so mo for and since an bu panyo mo fanya hwe o but omo water sprinklers and opani anwumre bi omo water so but omo anya mo no omo ansi because of since na stadium there e grass ne pa ni bi ade teaching stadium anamwa and a stadium ultimate first stadium na nyawe NSC ho Asante Kotoko Sika the last 1 year go to NSC Kumasi Kotoko Sika ma contribute to the NSC Kumasi no are bigger than the abine obi adiamomo but when Kotoko here stadium no they can't use it because somebody's incompetence am make sure say the facility is not available.
Wow.
Ebro mo de stadium ikoma Papa, I saw for no the Nilan Cruz and Bernamso. I told you, sir, that's a benya effect or home.
Any in there.
Now, was a penny, dear ferry won't pan, say. Anka, you see, teeny BB or happy. Calf bound won't come once because of him, say. And your papa, but your fanasa. Macachos and Caniano. Calf, Emma 3 separate duration, match durations. It's 1 p.m., 4 p.m., 7 p.m. Essence and Canyon into Kotoko goes at Yamangatas or Munjuzu 1 p.m. Yaman Canyon more. And no celebrity diabo.
Okay.
Non comes in insanity. You free now from my scoreboard. Now, so Katina was stadium on a journalist bar on my program on Fixiano. My dressing room, why you want your kind of Munya? Young catcher car for say, your safe zone, you had the enough security officers. And the provided safe zone to park bars in the baby parking kama. No more for security for my business. Yantimi anya when na fedi ansensana ye nyina ni da so nde ye no.
No so.
Kwabrani akoto we decide. Ababo we decide also ahye no.
Sese Kotoko ya de homo koyin.
The only venue here the Accra Sports Stadium.
Wow, na Kotoko ball league games.
Say the
FA Cup Africa nyina wo Accra.
Normally that's what has happened over the time period na omoko oboase so. Na oboase facility ni me no ka say is to be host to Africa.
The
Ebia Asante Kotoko would have to talk to Dr. Chei. Say Dr. Chei, there's one who see $1 million kwa ye bibi on the stadium ho. Emano e do that standard. I know that man will do it.
Yeah.
Na eno kra no be hu na be betima ball. Only the prelims no. When we are group stage kwa ka because onye e hono ntum. Again, e kwan na odi ni pa fa so no.
Aha. Akopie
akoduru no and also another one CAF inspectors no at the market standard no enti omogu kwa no so akoduru aputoja o pa fa abuantam no efi aputoja ekwa bijan kwanta kwa akosi se obeduru abrankese no ekwa na nye and also another difficulty of the say stadium no crazy on ya ekwa na the team na fa so akọ enya papa enti the last time I asked you a question, what kind of human beings are we? Young one, ya wine, yame boy, saying, yet saying, as some lecturers have been. Enti, young Bovanka, anyone was one very was saying, yet we more cold.
Was it coach football?
Oh, no, account.
Aye,
not me,
boss.
Me, you want
so, and our company, so just have been Waba.
Trot driver now, trot driver no tier. Mate, you know, a branch of tree, Pagasia, Obedia Jumajan say, oh, make sure say, Bobo Stadium. And I why did you want to down? Oh, boldly. Oh, catch it, say, no more chantro. Young Bofanka chantro, say, Kotoko, actual last week. Or say, only last week, Nako request here. So, I'm going to use Baba posted you.
Some look to see
some man, Namjawa, and then Namjawa. Yana posiphobia, Mudio Machia, trigger happy with smoking, conform Mudio Machino. I can not, Menin Benyas, Mamma, Ebia posy from Kabak. My catchers on Canon, do not, some more can you. I'm Japan Fanasa and take commit my Debbie catch us say Fanasa and choice obey you, Baba has posted you.
And Windy.
Unim say, and I said, I'm a biggest client as Anticoto. Sure. It hasn't come on, say, Nabon Babane, because Kotoko Ball Stadium. Will be out to 20 more, Mewa. Yeah. It assuming without admitting Kotoko and Troy. Or not as NSA director, I also tell you, I say. I don't enjoy. Don't enjoy. Yamawe appointment. I would say. Yeah, the appointment. Let's say Brofundia, Brofusa, Nancy Zanashi, Brofo. Richard, who will be on to become of almost no. But in Sensa, you bet me a mobile was a penny, maybe I crack a man to join you to intro. And go for no more Kotoko, new page no. Omo moyen me sure say bebrebe uma what the paper won some proposal about pitch a young timinye nemum but ko haju mo mayen ho yes shameless people me dey say Pepe nyame adoma tena ye